Okay, so the bike's still currently getting the battery and frame structure built, so that's still in Brisbane at the moment, so we can't do anything with the fairing kit, but I have been in contact with my friends at Almafo and they have delivered some gear to me, so let's have a look at what we've got here. So this is the next step in getting the bike going. It's all nicely all packed in. Alright, so this is a 8.2 volt 15 amp charger for the bike. So get that out and see what it looks like. Very exciting. Starting to get things together now that they're starting to turn the bike into an EV. So this is a charger. Obviously it's got mounts on it, so we can just sit this beside the bike and charge it through the Anderson's plug, or I'm hoping there'll be enough weight left on the bike so we don't go weight that we can actually attach this to the bike somewhere. Obviously behind the fairing so you can't see it, but that's the new charger. So the charger's weatherproof, it's 15 amp, and it's got the charge indicators and everything on it. That's one part of the goodies we've just received. What else is in the box here? Okay, so this is the BMS. So we've gone for the JK BMS. So that's this unit here. So this will manage our battery system, make sure it's not overcharging, and all the cells are in good condition. This is, I think, a 200 amp continuous, can go up to 350 amps for a very short time. It comes with some temperature sensors that'll go onto the battery so that you can check the battery temperature. It's got a start button to start the BMS up, and then it also comes with all the connections to connect the BMS to each of the individual batteries. Alright, so we'll have to do a bit of a read up on that one. I understand how it all works and how it's wired, but we'll go through that in more depth when we get to that point. And we have received 21 batteries. So this is the 3.6 volt 50 amp hour battery cell. So we're going to put 21 of these in, so it'll be an S21 kit. So we've got all of this nice new batteries all nicely packed in the box here. And we've got another box over there similar to this one that's got the remaining 18 batteries in it. Okay, we also got all the linking bars to link the batteries together, and the nuts and everything to bolt it all up. Alright, so that's all the gear we've got today from Almafo. So once we get the bike back, then we'll look at how we're going to make all this fit in the bike, and obviously it's been designed to fit. And in the meantime we'll start putting it together, and I'll show you how it all works. So we'll just unpack all this and we'll get to the next step. So we have laid the batteries out on it's on a metal trolley, so I've put some rubber down. I've got it on the trolley just in case I need to wheel it out of the shed for some reason. Not expecting any problems, but always better be safe than sorry. Removed any jewellery when playing with DC. You don't want to have any jewellery or anything on you. So I've laid the batteries out and numbered them 1 to 21, and I've set them up negative, positive. So as I put the links on to link them all together in series. I've got a 10mm spanner here, and I've got some tape, so I'm going to tape the spanner up to prevent any shorting if I happen to drop the spanner, because again, DC power, not good, a lot of current, and don't really want to have any incidences today. So what I'm going to do first off, I'm going to put all the links in, and then we'll look at the voltage coming out of the cell, and then next step will be to look at connecting the BMS up. So for starters, we'll just get them linked up and we'll see what sort of voltage we're getting out of this battery pack currently. So just for safety, I'm not going to put all links on and then try and start putting nuts out, because if I drop this nut by accident and it goes in here between those two, we are going to get some sparks if I have them all linked up. So what we're going to do, we're going to bolt that one down, then we'll move to the next one and so on, and that'll minimize the chance of any arcing across all the batteries. So we'll do them down one at a time until all the links are in place. Okay, so we've got all links in the top row of batteries and the bottom row of batteries. I've deliberately left this link out because I didn't want any issues between these two while I'm working in this area. So that pack is currently isolated from this pack. You got to remember, it's not like working on normal electricity. You're basically working live the whole time because the battery cells are charged, and as an electrician, we always try to work with the power turned off. Working on DC batteries, the power is always turned on, so you got to remember you're working live. So try and take as many precautions as you can to ensure you don't short any batteries out or have any accidents with it, because DC is really nasty. So now I'm going to put this link in and then we'll test the voltage of the pack. Alright, so we got all the 21 cells connected now, all in series. I had to modify this link a little bit because where the holes were, it wouldn't bridge the gap, so I had to cut a little bit out of it, the top and bottom of the link. And we've got it all connected now, so we'll just carefully see what the voltage is. So we've got 81.7 volts DC, 81.8. So all the cells are working. So now we'll start connecting the BMS up and see if we can get the BMS operating. Okay, so made a little bit of a rookie error just with the numbering of the batteries. The wiring diagram for the BMS is numbered from the negative terminal, so the negative output is actually battery number 1, and then it works backwards. So we've renumbered the batteries accordingly. So now we can connect each of the individual battery wires up and see how the BMS works. So we'll get them connected up and then we can test it. Okay, so we've got the battery pack all set up. We've got all the batteries linked together. We've got all the voltage sensing wires going back to the BMS. We've got the BMS connected correctly, B minus to the negative terminal of the battery, and the P minus is the output. We've got also got a charger connected, which is up on the bench here. As you can see, there's 0 voltage on it at the moment. We've also got a tablet here, which will show us all the settings. So there's two ways to turn this on. You can either turn the charger on and the BMS will start automatically, or we have a little button here we can just press to turn on. So we're going to turn it on. And should see the voltage jump up to 82 volts. There we go. Alright, so just going to pause this for a minute while we wait for the tablet to link up, so we'll come back to that in just a second. Alright, now we've got the communications Bluetoothed between the BMS and using the BMS app. So you can see it's 82 volts, there's no discharge or discharge on at the moment, and you can also see the different voltages. We'll focus on that. And we also have how many cells there is, battery capacity, the battery trigger, calibrated voltage, and actual calibrating current for charging. So if I put the charger on, that will change. Okay, so the charger's running now. You can see the red light on the charger, which means the battery is less than 80% charged. That'll go to yellow once it's charged. once it's above 80. So we've got 14 amps currently going into the battery, and there are advanced settings which sets all the different cell parameters, charge rates, discharge rates, and everything on that. So we can investigate that a bit later. If we go back to the status page, we can see now the voltage has gone from 82 up to 82.79, and there's 14.3 amps currently going in from the charger into the batteries. And you can see the batteries changing priority there, so all the greens are fairly well balanced. The blue means the battery's a little bit high, and the red means the battery's a little bit low. So those numbers will change around as the balance charger moves the power between the cells. So it's all working now, which is good. We will have a bit of a closer look at the settings shortly.